specifics of his partisan social spending bill and pushed for its passage along with a bipartisan infrastructure deal after months of negotiations. 21 Republican state attorneys general sent a letter to President Biden on Wednesday saying they think his COVID-19 vaccination mandate stands on shaky legal ground, is confusing to contractors, and could amplify supply chain problems. A Kansas City, Kansas mother and her two daughters have nothing left after their home was allegedly cleared out due to an error from their property management company. Myron Guthrie and family had spent 2 years in the apartment. Workers were one digit off on their clean-out assignment. Managers at the Gateway Plaza townhomes have not said what they will do next. USA Radio News.
Okay, some good news during a challenging time for everybody, and this could really help. You may know hundreds of thousands of people have already made the switch to MediShare, which is the affordable alternative to health insurance. And with so many people looking at how they pay for healthcare right now, seeing premiums going up or the cost of COBRA plans, MediShare has a special offer and a lot of people are taking advantage of it. Simply apply by October 30th and they will waive your new member fee. That's $170 savings. And of course, that's just a start. The typical family saves $500 a month after making the switch. MediShare is a Christian community that has shared over $4 billion in medical bills, and it's worked beautifully for decades. I'll give you the number here in a second, and if you call, you can get a price within 2 minutes. Just tell them the promo code SHARE to get your additional savings. Here it is. Call 833-34-BIBLE. That's 833-34-BIBLE. 833-34-BIBLE.
As Florida Governor Ron DeSantis is putting
Today in Ag News from a Southeast AgNet, brought to you by Pivot Bio, the only predictable form of nitrogen. Pivot Bio, proven 40, predictable, productive, weatherproof. While Florida lawmakers are preparing for next month's special session called by Governor Ron DeSantis to push back against the White House attempts to require workers to be vaccinated against COVID-19, they're also looking ahead to the 2022 Florida legislative session. Next year's session will kick off on January 11th, and according to the chairman of the House Appropriations Committee, Florida's budget projections for next fiscal year continue to be in really good shape. According to a story from the News Service of Florida, Chairman Jay Trumbull recently made a presentation to committee members saying state general revenue projects are forecast to be above pre-pandemic levels and grow at 4% annually for the next 3 years. The Republican lawmaker also said the House has no interest in creating new government programs or expanding current ones, and that includes Medicaid. Trumbull said nearly 23% of all Floridians are expected to be enrolled in Medicaid this year.
The reality is, we've talked about it a lot, we have to make sure that we're spending well within our means, that we're keeping sizable balances, and that we're making sure that we have sufficient rainy day funds.
In addition to Medicaid, other large budget costs are K-12 public schools and the higher education programs. Lawmakers are currently holding early meetings to work on budget issues in advance of the 2022 session.
If your soil could talk, what would it say? If it's healthy, it may already be saying some good things about your future. Because farmers who use soil health building systems that include no-till, cover crops, and diverse species and rotations report greater productivity, profitability, and resiliency to weather extremes. Learn more about what your soil is saying about its health and your future. Contact your local USDA Natural Resources Conservation Service office today. This message brought to you by USDA and this radio station.
Randall Wiseman, Southeast AgNet.
When it really counts, depend on the source for the latest weather updates, keeping you ahead of the storm. 96.3 FM, 1370 AM, The Source.
We'll have a couple of thunderstorms around, some severe, which can bring damaging winds, even an isolated tornado. High today 85 to 87. Partly cloudy tonight, low 70 to 72. Then Friday we'll have some sunshine with a shower in spots and a high of 78 to 84. Partly cloudy Saturday and Sunday. From the Florida Weather Center, I'm Holly Holdren.
This is Ocala Talks with Tom Schmidt, bringing stories that are important to our community in and around Ocala. Plus, of course, a splash of sports as well. Now, here's your host, Tom.
Good Thursday morning. Welcome to Ocala Talks on an overcast, dreary, nasty Thursday morning. the weather is going to deteriorate the more the morning goes. Just so you know that if you're out on the roadways traveling to work, like this guy probably is from Life South, Galen, joining us, he does every day. Brought to you by the good folks at Palm Garden Health and Rehabilitation, Penn Flooring, and Just Ship. Galen, are you traversing through the weather today on your way to Gainesville?
Yeah, if you're going north, stay off of 75. It's almost stopped between 27 and 326. Not sure what's going on, but we're in a massive slowdown going about 1 mile an hour.
And there's
heading north. Heading
south on 75. I found out that just before Newberry Road, heading south, backed up all the way to the High Springs exit is 75 and south.
Yeah, and that's another area that gets congested right there. So the worst parts of my commute going north is once I hit that Archer Road exit, and coming south is once I hit 27 or right around 326 to 27 all the way up to 200. It gets really congested right there. So if you're heading north today, take 441.
And take a few extra minutes just in case because of the rain and everything.
Yeah, it's not raining. It's just kind of it's just like this cloud cover. But again, not real sure why we're stopping.
It's raining here at the airport. We got rain at the airport. We got rain at the airport.
Oh, okay, well.
So, but just depending on where you are, but take precaution because this cold front is moving through. It brought some severe weather to Texas and Louisiana. This is the bottom part of the nor'easter that is just tearing apart the Northeast right now. And what they call it a super bomb or something like that. It's just a nor'easter.
By the way, why does the weather constantly, just like all news media outlets, they're constantly trying to top themselves with a new name?
Yeah.
It's like, okay, it's a storm.
It's a super weather bomb or what do they call it? I don't know.
It's always constantly. It can't just be a nor'easter anymore. Nor'easters aren't new, people. They come through this time of the year all the time.
Yeah, hold on. It's the bomb cyclone. That's what it is.
See what I mean?
The bomb cyclone.
It's all about getting clicks.
Let me ask you a question. Is there anything explosive in this weather? No. So where's the reference to bomb coming from?
Well, weather can be, I guess, by definition, explosive. I mean, I've seen a tornado completely implode a building before. Because of that pressure gets in there. But nobody calls it a cyclone bomb. It doesn't come from the sky. It's not man-made.
Right.
Or maybe it is. Maybe George Bush is still over there pushing the button.
Well, it's probably somebody, they let a big old...
They just take out Republicans at this point?
Well, they let a big... They probably let 3 megatons of carbon dioxide out from China, and that caused this climate control, this climate change bomb...
Road construction.
Yeah, it's the Chinese fault. Let's just blame... Can we just do that? Can we blame everything on the Chinese? No.
Yeah, I think...
No, you won't allow that, because the Canadians have to have some blame.
Well, the Canadians aren't responsible for anything other than traffic. They really... I think the Canadians wish they had more pull. Big accident, by the way. Closed down the left lane.
Ooh.
Big van. Ooh, that's bad.
On or live reporting. Big accident. Is it in between? Is it almost to 326 or?
It's halfway between 27 and 326. Not quite to the old Mark IV building that has now been torn down.
That is now going to be a pot farm.
Oh, is it really?
Yeah, that's what they're putting there. A pot farm.
Well, there you go. Well, good. Makes sense. That's probably why Mark IV closed down, is because of cocaine.
Was it Mark IV or Mark III?
Mark III. Well, it's got the V and the 1.
Well, that's 4.
I thought it was Mark IV.
That is 4.
But But again, it would have been still existed if it wasn't for another medicinal plant.
No, it was all about the bomb cyclone.
Is that what it was?
That's what closed it. The bomb cyclone.
Yeah. By the way, we were having a blood drive the day it declared bankruptcy and was closing its doors. We were scheduled to have a blood drive that next day, and we called to confirm it. They're like, "Yeah, you can't come." Like, "Oh no, we're coming. We need to be there." And the manager of the place like, "Look, we won't even be open tomorrow. You'll read it all about it in the paper tomorrow." And sure enough, yeah, I remember that.
Wow. So they just shut you right down, huh?
Well, I mean, there was no more business. They just shut down.
Wow.
It just didn't evolve.
So I saw this story and I thought, did this guy hit the lottery, or has he got more pain than he wanted? Man confirmed to be great-grandson of Sitting Bull using DNA from centuries-old lock of Sitting Bull's hair. And I thought, oh, okay.
I mean,
but does that mean, is there some?
Story.
But is there going to be any financial windfall from this? You know, okay, you're Sitting Bull's great grandson. Good for you.
Well, I mean, I don't know. I guess. I mean, good for him. I wonder how connected he is. I guess he's obviously a fairly direct descendant. I don't know what that gets you. I guess now he can go around and call himself a chief.
Well,
that's what I would do. I would just say, like, you know how every person from like Haiti is a prince.
Yeah.
Or you know, so my people were African kings. Great.
So
great.
The man, if he's
I would just say, look, I'm a chief. I'm a chief.
No. If he's Sitting Bull's grandson, great grandson, first thing you got to do is change his name.
Do what?
His name is right now. His name is Ernie LaPointe.
Is it really? That's great.
Okay, that doesn't sound like the great grandson of Sitting Bull.
Well, you call John Wayne's ancestor and say, look, let's just make a movie. We can make this happen. We'll fight, you know, and then we'll make a sequel where we'll become friends. And then we'll make a third one where we team up and we fight some other bad guy. Yeah, maybe the Canadians. You know, we could just make this run for a long time.
Well, they found the DNA from a piece of hair, a lock of hair, which had been transferred to LaPointe's possession in 2007 after new laws on the reparations of museum objects were passed. So he got this out of a museum.
Good for him. I don't know how that would change your life, right? I mean, I don't know what. Okay.
He's the closest living descendant. He's the great grandson of Sitting Bull. So now can the great grandson of George Custer sue for wrongful death?
Yeah, it wasn't a wrongful death. That was actually an act of war. I guess. I mean, what do you do? Do you just walk around and say, yeah, my great-grandfather killed a lot of white people. I guess I'm better than everybody. I don't know.
You know, the great battle at Little Bighorn, the famous battle at Little Bighorn, where Custer and his 300 men thought they were going to go rout the Lakotas, and they come over the hill, and there's 1,500 Lakotas waiting on them. And, you know, Custer's last stand. But then, of course, Sitting Bull was assassinated in 1890 by Indian Agency police hired by the U.S. government.
Correct.
Yep. Yeah, so, which leads me... Go ahead.
Well, I was just going to say, you know, he won that battle, but he lost the war.
100%.
I mean, his great grandson's name is LaPointe.
Ernie.
Again,
Ernie LaPointe.
Ernie. Yeah, I mean, his culture wins. And okay, let's just move on. I don't know how it helps anybody by dwelling on a battle that happened, you know, 200 years ago.
Wounded Knee.
How does it help?
Okay.
I mean, honestly, let's
First off, it was not 200 years. It was not 200 years ago. It was 158 years ago.
I just thought, I don't understand how that helps. Let's move forward. Let's get all these people off a reservation and give them a reason.
Equal education. How about that? How about opportunities?
That
on the reservation that are supplied to people off the reservation? How about that?
Well, I think that would be a good start. How about just saying you own the land, you're no longer, this is no longer federal land, we're just going to deed the whole thing over to you. That would be a good start.
That's called the casino on Orient Road in Tampa.
No. Yeah, but sure. But right now, there's so many restrictions as what they can and can't do on that land because it's federal land.
Right.
And that they don't own it. So just say, look, you own it. My bad. Here you go. You want reparations? Here's a bunch of dust.
Well, let's take a break.
Right? Now, you can sell it. You can do whatever the heck you want to do with it. It's yours.
It's yours. Let's take a break because with that in mind, there's a group that I think may disagree with what you and I have been talking about. We'll talk about that next on 1370 AM, 96.3 FM. This is WOCA, The Source.
Hi, this is JP from Penn Flooring here in Ocala. I would like to invite you to come in and visit our spacious showroom where we have solutions for every style and budget. From wall-to-wall carpet to hardwood floors and tiles, we have an unsurpassed selection of flooring. At Penn Flooring, we've provided quality customer service with a family touch for over 25 years. Visit our website at pennflooring.com or come by our showroom, 1201 Southwest 17th Street, just over the bridge. Penn Flooring, quality customer service with a family touch.
Are you wasting time boxing up packages and going to the post office or the UPS store? Are you tired of not knowing what you'll pay when you get there? Just Ship offers pickup service and flat rate packaging and postage rates, which takes the guesswork out of shipping while saving you time and money. So quit wasting valuable time and money. Call or text Just Ship at 352-234-3840. That's 352-234-3840. Just Shipped.
Are you or your loved one being released from a hospital and wondering how you'll manage? Inform your physician that you want to go to Palm Garden of Ocala at 2700 Southwest 34th Street for your rehabilitation. Palm Garden provides pain management, post-discharge follow-up, diabetic care, psychosocial support, and so much more. Plus, they even offer outpatient rehab. This award-winning care facility has a team of licensed professionals dedicated to enhancing your independence. Call 352-854-6262 today.
Now you've done it. Have you lost your mind? He's back. And you're listening again. A legend in his own mind. Don't believe me? Just ask him. Here's Tom Schmitz live on WOCA. The Source.
Welcome back to Ocala Talks. On a Thursday, Galen Unall from Life South joins me on the lines, brought to you by Palm Garden Health and Rehabilitation Center. They're located at 2700 Southwest 34th Street. They offer skilled nursing, physical, occupational, and speech therapy. If you have any questions how they're handling the COVID-19 pandemic, give Palm Garden a call, 352-854-6262. Of course, we'd like to thank family-owned and operated Penn Flooring, serving Marion County for over 30-plus years. They owe every bit of their success to their unrivaled customer service. They specialize in both commercial and residential flooring. Go see their amazing showroom at 1201 Southwest 17th Street here in Ocala. Or give them a call at 352-351-3420. That's 352-351-3420. And we'd like to thank Just Shipped. They're flipping the script on shipping. Before, you had to package your item up, bubble wrap it, put it in a box, tape it up. So you had to buy the bubble wrap, the box, the tape. Then you had to go stand in line at the post office or the UPS store to wait and get your package shipped. We don't have to do that now. Just Ship does it for you for a small pickup fee plus shipping, the shipping cost. Just Ship will come to you. They take your item. They box it up. They bubble wrap it. They tape it up. They go stand in line at the post office or UPS store to get your item shipped out, saving you time and money And we all know time is money as well. So they save you money on top of money. Go to justshipped.net. Galen, last night, the Houston Astros returned the favor to the Atlanta Braves by winning 7-2. And we'll get into that in a moment. But there's a group that has taken Rob Manfred, the commissioner of baseball, to task, because he said on Tuesday, the Atlanta Braves local Native American community is fully supportive of the team, including its Tomahawk Chop chant. But less than 24 hours later, one of the country's largest native rights organizations said, we don't like what the commissioner said. In a release, they said it's important to understand we have 30 markets around the country. Rob Manfred said that we got 30 markets around the country, so each one is individual. The National Congress of American Indians sent out a statement saying, yesterday, Commissioner Manfred stated the question of whether the Braves mascot and Tomahawk Chop ritual are offensive. Nothing could be, he said, and they're not, and he said nothing could be further from the truth. Major League Baseball is a global brand that is allowing a team like Atlanta to perpetrate a falsehood on the Native American community. You said yesterday, this isn't a big deal to you, but here's the National Congress of American Indians saying they represent you, Galen, and they say you're wrong.
Well, they're right. They are right in that it is a falsehood. There's no evidence that the Indians themselves ever used the word brave or the tomahawk chop, right? Or any of that, the vocalization that you hear. They may have, but there's just no evidence. They may have done some kind of war scream, but that's most tribes of that time period and of technology did, right? They just had to hype them up. They were about to go attack somebody with their bare hands. So in that I agree, but I think about this a lot. Where would be the native culture without sports? Or movies or Hollywood, right? What would the average American citizen think about with the Native Americans if there were no sports teams and there was no Hollywood films made about them during the 50s and 60s? John Wayne never made an Indian movie. What would you think about it? There's no Lone Ranger. There's no Lone Ranger.
They probably would be out of sight, out of mind.
That's exactly, and you take away the crying Indian, who,
by the way, who was Italian. He was not even Indian.
Oh, that's right. He was Italian. That's right. So again, I understand, but this is a group of individuals that they're constantly race baiting. They use their race, and all they're trying to do is get some type of a grant or some type of funding from Major League Baseball to further their cause, right? So they can go and blackmail someone.
So what are you saying? They're extortionists? They're extortionists?
Absolutely. They most certainly are.
And by the way, Galen,
certainly are.
For those people who maybe just be tuning in for the first time, Galen, is of Native American descent, so he has the unique ability to speak right to this issue. Hey, Galen, the chief of the Cherokee Indians, the chief of the Eastern Band of the Cherokee Indians, here's what he said in response to the National Native American Council's response. He goes, you know what? They're trying to hype up stereotypical old-school Hollywood. This is Chief Sneed of the Cherokee Indians. He goes, come on, guys. It's 2021. Let's move on. Find something else to bitch about.
Well, and I give a newsletter. My mom signs me up for this stuff. But I get a newsletter from the Eastern Cherokee. And again, it's like getting an email from the European Union, right? It's the same thing, where it's this group that they label Cherokee because it's really, depending on who you ask, 8 to 10 different tribes, and the Lumbees are a part of that. So that guy's kind of radical. He's actually the one who put it in my brain. Just give all these people who live on reservation. Just let them own the land and let them do with it whatever they want. And he said that would change their lives. He's more of a let's just move on. And the Braves are more a part of American culture than they are Indian.
Well, the Muskogee Creek Nation said
it's a different one because all they want is they just want their casino money.
He said the chief of that said the tomahawk chop. We're not even going to acknowledge it as a tribal tradition or culture because it's not. It's just a caricature that Hollywood created.
And he's not wrong, as I've said. He's absolutely right. The word brave is a Hollywood creation. So, again, I completely agree. So if that's all true, then as a Native American, I can't put meaning into something that has zero impact on me. And then the question is does it make the Native Americans look bad? How? How does it make it look bad if some white kid who's 19 rides in on a beautiful stallion named Renegade, and he's dressed up as Chief Osceola, and he throws a spear into the ground? How does that make me look bad?
That's dressed in red face. You can't be dressed in red face. No black face, no red face.
I'm sorry if that's what if I say I'm a Native American to you and you're like, all right, where's your feathers? Then okay, that's like telling a black man, oh, well, you were once a slave. Where's your chains? Where are your whip marks? Right? I mean, if that's where we're at in a society that we can't even disseminate the fiction and the Hollywoodization of some things to real life, then we'll never get over our differences.
So let me ask you this.
Ever.
Let me ask you.
If I think that every Irishman is a short little guy who and believes in leprechauns, we can't move any further.
So let me ask you this then. The National Congress of American Indians, if, say, the Braves offered them a percentage of every foam tomahawk sold, then they'd be okay?
Go away. You're darn right. Because then they would put some kind of a certified and by the way, this makes it worse, right? If you're a tribe and you sanction it, it makes it worse. But I just hate cancel culture. And I think if you cancel anything, it usually falls back on you. And if enough people don't like the chop, they won't do the chop. But guess what? If you've ever been in the Brave Stadium or in Tallahassee, when they're doing the chop, you're going to do the chop. It's kind of fun.
Well, and it's not done. It's not just a Braves thing. Go to a Seminole football game. You're going to see the same thing.
That's where it started.
Right.
You and I can argue over this all day.
No. Deion Sanders brought it. I just like getting your goat.
Correct.
Deion Sanders brought it to the Braves.
And I don't like the fact that the Kansas City Chiefs do it. They stole it. That is stolen valor from Florida State. Let's be clear about that. If somebody wants to protest the Chiefs doing it, I'm okay with that because they stole it from the Seminoles, and they weren't granted that from like William Floyd or something. Bar none didn't take that to the Chiefs.
I just find it, there's got to be some
sort of any other Seminole played for the Chiefs.
There's got to be some other kind of, just controversy with once again with a team name and a celebration that doesn't seem that overly racist to me, but I'm a white guy. What do I know? Hey, Galen, we got to take a break.
And again, I didn't bother. Chief Nakahoma didn't bother me either.
Well, so there you go.
Kind of an alliteration.
We got to take a break. We come back more with Galen from Life South. Brought to you by the good folks at Penn Flooring. Just shipped. And Palm Garden Health and Rehabilitation. We'll be right back on the other side of this break. You're listening to Ocala Talks on 1370 AM, 96.3 FM. This is WOCA, The Source.
Broadcasting from the Ocala International Airport, this is WOCA AM, W242CA FM, Ocala, 1370 AM, 96.3 FM, The Source.
USA Radio News with Lance Pride.
Before heading across the pond to meet with world leaders, President Biden on Thursday will meet with House Democrats to outline the specifics of his partisan social spending bill and push for its passage along with a bipartisan infrastructure deal after months of negotiations. 21 Republican state attorneys general sent a letter to President Biden on Wednesday saying they think his COVID-19 vaccination mandate stands on shaky legal ground, is confusing to contractors, and could amplify supply chain problems. A Kansas City, Kansas mother and her two daughters have nothing left after their home was allegedly cleared out due to an error from their property management company. Myron Guthrie and family had spent 2 years in the apartment. Workers were one digit off on their clean-out assignment. Managers at the Gateway Plaza townhomes have not said what they will do next. USA Radio News.
What better gift to give your loved ones than the gift of good health? And where better to buy those good health gifts than sunny-bay.com? Hey, it's great that you're hearing this message now because buying your holiday gifts from Sunny Bay early will save you money. And that's just one reason why Sunny Bay is in business and has been for over 15 years, helping you with fashionable and useful products for better health. See our unique and quality-made travel pillows or our unique neck and body wraps that help immediate pain relief and deep muscle relaxation. Come in a wide variety of uses, apply hot or cold therapy, and are all made in the USA. See our great selection, affordable prices, and wonderful health products at sunny-bay.com. And remember, order early when our stock is high and shipping is fast. Just click sunny-bay.com. That's sunny-bay.com. And happy holidays from Sunny Bay.
Just in, folks, at Bob Wine's Camellia Gardens in Ocala, a great new selection of winter hardy annuals at a truly amazing low price. Now take your pick from snapdragon, petunias, dianthus, flowering cabbage, Johnny Jump Up, and many more. Mix and match your choice, a flat of 15 for just $23.99. It's Camellia time, and Bob Wine's famous heirloom sun and shade loving camellias, the gallon size, not $19.99, just $16.99 this week. And those popular dwarf camellias in pink and red, they're just $19.99. Bob has more herbs than you've ever seen. They start at just $1.99. And how about this doorbuster? Confederate Jasmine closeout price, you get 2 for $10. Spruce up for cool weather now at Ocala's 5.5-acre garden. Bob Wine's Camellia Garden, Southeast 38th Street in Ocala, in the same blooming place for almost 70 years.
Get it for less at the DIY Home Center outlet. Get top quality real wood cabinets the same or less than the big box stores are selling the cheap stuff. And that's not all. Drywall screws big box stores are $6.47 a pound. At DIY only $4.99. Plus DIY has the largest selection of mobile home parts and accessories anywhere. From carpet to doors, get the DIY supplies you need for less. The DIY Home Center outlet. We are your building material closeout store. 2191 Northwest 10th Street, just 2 miles east of I-75.
Dad's service to our country is something we're so proud of. He made a difference and set a great example. Now it's our turn to honor the sacrifices he made for our family and this country. As veteran specialists, Hires Baxley Funeral Service helps us celebrate Dad's life and can help you too. Hires Baxley is here for you during your time of need or when planning for the future. For more information, call 352-484-0891 or visit hiresbaxley.com/choice.
Hello, gorgeous.
Hi, this is Becky at Hello Gorgeous Salon. It's time to get that new look started. Let's get rid of those sun-damaged ends and faded out color and get into something rich and vibrant. Humidity is not your hair's friend. It causes your hair to capture moisture and leaves it looking dry and unhealthy. Hello Gorgeous is a certified Brazilian blowout salon. We can tame those locks, leaving your hair healthy and shiny with a Brazilian smoothing treatment. So let us help you make a great first impression. Call us today to set your appointment at Hello Gorgeous. Our number is 352-351-5358. Again, that's 352-351-5358. And don't forget, we also do men and children's cuts too. 351-5358. Hello Gorgeous is conveniently located in the heart of downtown Ocala. So call today and set up your appointment at Hello Gorgeous Salon at 351-5358. That's 351-5358.
Hello, gorgeous.
Hey there, I have a question for you. Is your roof asphalt and does it look like it needs replacement? Did you get quotes and were you in sticker shock? Would you like to save not hundreds, but thousands of dollars? Did you call RoofMax? Well, call RoofMax with their patent-pending technology, which can add years to your roof without needing to replace it. And it's easy. You just pick up the phone for a free quote. Plus, they use state-of-the-art satellite technology to measure your roof. So, if your roof is over 7 years old, then you should call RoofMax today at 352-639-2777. That's 352-639-2777.
Now you've done it. Have you lost your mind? He's back. And you're listening again. A legend in his own mind. Don't believe me? Just ask him. Here's Tom Schmitz live on WOCA. The Source.
Welcome back to Ocala Talks on a Thursday. Galen Unall from Life South joins us as he does every day at this time. Galen, I've procrastinated as long as I can. I mentioned it briefly, but last night the World Series tied now 1-1 as the Houston Astros let you know that they have a pretty good pitching staff, even if they don't have an ace, a number one ace now, and they also let you know that they can score a bunch in a hurry.
Yeah, I think they're a very explosive baseball team. I just wanted to use the word explosive, not related to weather. I offensively, they can score, and when they start scoring, it's almost like everybody in that lineup just starts hitting, and they'll just wear out a pitcher. So, not surprised at all that they came back and won this game. They got down early, and the Braves just couldn't recover.
Max Fried gave up 4 runs in the second inning. He's going to have to step up now and be the ace of this club for the rest of the World Series. So he's going to probably pitch Game 5.
The bullpen is going to have to get things done. Right?
Yes.
At some point, your bullpen is going to have to win a game. And so far, it's been all starting pitchers that have just blown the game or have won the game. So. Between those two, one of them, some starter's going to have to go 6 or 7 innings, and that hasn't happened yet in the first 2 games.
It has not. They need to get to Matzik. If they can get to Matzik, then it's almost a done deal for the Braves. But
agreed.
Tough getting there.
Their closer's been outstanding, and they'll just have to piece it to get to him. But they need a starter to go 6 or 7, and they have an off day today. And then we'll
back at it tomorrow. Let me ask you this. It's been bannered about. I've seen it on Facebook. I've seen it on Twitter, different social medias. I've seen it in talking heads on FS1 have talked about it. Why are we playing the World Series in Atlanta?
Nobody's actually asked that question, have they?
Oh, yeah. If Major League Baseball wanted to cancel baseball in Georgia because they didn't like legislative laws that were passed in Georgia, why are they allowing the World Series to be played there?
Well, and again, this is why I'm not on social media, because that's the kind of thing that just frustrates me.
They canceled the All-Star game because it was in Georgia.
Right. And then everybody agrees who that hurts are the supposed people that they think they're standing up for. Right? If these businesses really cared about, the people of Georgia, then why don't you go in there and then help them somehow? I don't know, canceling a World Series doesn't seem to be the answer to.
Well, millions and millions of revenue were lost over the All-Star game being removed.
That's correct, and it's never coming back.
and it would be an exponential loss of millions if they, for some reason, baseball decided to take the crazy step of denying the World Series in Atlanta. But there are people going, is baseball not being hypocritical? They took the All-Star game out. Why not take the most important thing baseball does away from Georgia?
Nobody. Again, this is a Twitter thing that I refuse to.
No, I heard it on I heard it on FS1 too. They were talking about it yesterday on FS1.
Nobody, and again, then don't watch FS1. That's what I would say. It's shameful. I don't know how else to say it. I mean,
But is baseball being hypocritical?
Baseball is hypocritical when they move the All-Star game. So, no, I don't think they are. And again, I'm not. I know you're trying to goad me. I can't get fired up about that. I can't. I don't understand why all of us.
We lost you. You went away. Are you there?
Oh well,
you went away.
I'm driving in Gainesville.
Yeah.
Like, internet service here is terrible. So why is everything political, right? Everything. Well, I mean, we can't even watch a World Series without thinking about our politics and how bad they are. And come on. Just let me just watch my sports, right? Just leave me alone for 3 hours while I watch the best two teams this year fight it out for a World Series title without it being political. Just please, that's all I want. Just leave me alone for 3 hours. And that goes for the local politics. Don't call me during the Braves game and tell me why you think you should be the next city councilman. I don't care at that time. Just leave me alone.
So you got the robocalls during the game, huh?
Well, I got 3 of them. There's only 4 people running.
That's a very good point. Very good point. And you got 3 of the 4 that dinged you during the game.
Yeah, unbelievable.
Was one just out of curiosity, was one of them Lori Martin Gregory?
Yes, it was.
That robocall should know better. Her dad's Buddy Martin, the sports guru.
Just leave me alone, right? Just leave me alone. Just that's where I'm at, and that's how I feel about my government. How I feel about most things. Just leave me alone.
Well, let me ask you something.
Let me go about my day.
Let me ask you something.
Trying to get through the day.
Let me ask something totally unrelated. So we talked about my lovely wife and her key lime pie. That, by the way, was fantastic. Fantastic. Doesn't need a new recipe. Fantastic. So 2 days ago, I went to a convenience store, and I went to get one of my favorite candy bars. And I put it up on the counter, and the lady said $2.19. I go,
unbelievable.
I go, not today. And I left it on the counter and walked out. Okay.
And it's not her fault.
No, it's not a convenience store lady's fault. No, of course not.
Unbelievable.
So I was on the phone with my lovely wife just after that.
Let's go Brandon.
Yeah, it was just after that incident where I refused to pay $2.19. I was on the phone with my lovely wife. She asked what I was doing, and I went on a tirade about who in the hell would pay $2.19 for a candy bar. I don't know if this is
so she brought home a candy bar?
I don't know. Yes, she did. She brought the candy bar home that I was trying to get. She only paid $1. She only paid $1.69 for it, by the way, which is still outrageous, but it's not $2.19. But it is.
It's penny candy.
It's an amazing candy bar. I mean, should I have paid $2.19 for the Score bar?
No, not if you got it for somewhere else, $1 less.
$1.69. She did. But I mean,
there you go.
It's hard to go. It's hard. It's English butter toffee. It's hard to do wrong. It's hard to go wrong with English butter toffee.
Love it.
Yeah, but what is it that we $2.19 for? I wasn't going to I wasn't at the movie theater. I was at a convenience store. Over $2 for a candy bar. People are complaining about gas and everything. When are the people that love candy going to stand up and say enough?
No, that's a good point, Tom. I don't know. I mean, until they open everything up, man, everything's expensive.
$2.
Fill up your car, then complain.
Yeah, my car, A year ago, the Cadillac, 20 gallons, Cadillac cost about $40 to fill up. Now, $68, $69 to fill it up. Nothing's changed except the administration in that year and a half, and the fact that this administration decided to make us dependent on the Middle East again.
Right.
Because we were energy independent.
We used to be.
And now we're not.
Correct. Now we're not.
I mean,
we're not.
And I'm just showing you this to just show you that inflation is everywhere. It's not just at the gas pump. A candy bar for $2.19.
Oh,
I mean,
but again, and I will say that is a direct result of the policies that this administration has made. That's undeniable, right? That is an undeniable effect. When you just flood the market with free money where people don't have to work, there's going to be a repercussion. And I'm no economist. I don't even play one on Twitter, but it's undeniable.
Yeah, it's just when I saw the bar, I picked it up so I was like, she was like, "Yep, all our candy bars are $2.19." I could not believe it.
Well, at the blood center, there was a massive shortage of Nutter Butters, and we had wondering like, why can I come back when you have Nutter Butters? Like, we may not get them for like a month.
And now that's one of the snacks y'all give away after people give blood.
Yeah, it's the most popular one.
And it has protein
Nutter
in it because
Butters
of the peanut and everything. So yeah.
Right. I don't know if it's even real peanut butter. Lorna Doone is number 2.
I do like a good Lorna Doone. Let's be honest. I do like a good Lorna Doone.
Right. With the juice box, they're perfect.
So how did you guys do at FAFO this weekend? We saw the bus down there, but it looked like there was a couple, 3 people standing outside the bus, so there was a line. So we were like, well, we'll do it another time.
We did really well. Yeah, FAFO is always great to us. It's one of those community partnerships we're really, really proud of. So had a great day.
And by the way,
and I love FAFO.
Can I just say while you're giving FAFO so much love, can I just say they kind of stuck baby in a corner this year? Because where the Bloodmobile was located.
Oh no, that's where we're always at.
Oh, are you right there always? Looked like baby was in a corner to me.
No. We have to be able to get access to it, like with a vehicle and stuff. So there's no choice on that.
Okay.
We kind of have to be.
It just looked like.
No, we're fine.
There are plenty of signs. There are plenty of signs directing you exactly where you needed to go. It was easy access. It was easy access in and out. It was easy access in and out. I saw all that. I just thought it looked like they had put you at a place, but you said that's where you normally go. So I just was not aware. That's all. FAFO does.
I will say this: anybody who had the Green Blood Drive Today sticker, the artist, had bought something from their booth.
Oh, look at
Every
you!
single one of them.
Look at you! So you were a big baller down there because I saw that at a lot of booths. I went early. They didn't all have them. So. Yeah, I saw quite a few, but I was there at 2:00 in the afternoon on a Saturday. They really do a great job with that FAFO, though. I mean, with the art thing, with the way they make it down. And this year,
incredible.
This year, for the first time, you were able to get an adult beverage and walk around.
Yeah, again, I got there too early, but I think that would. I don't know if that helped sales or hurt sales for the artist.
Well, help the beer sales. I promise you that.
Absolutely, that's absolutely correct.
Promise you that.
Yeah.
So let's talk about Disney. You have a problem with something. You have a problem with something that you sent me. So tell the audience what you sent me and where the problem is.
Well, I mean, what I sent you is Disney is having story time for all of their children's kids, or all the
employees' kids that you can go online or in person for story time.
Right. What kid doesn't enjoy story time? The problem is it's going to be story time with a drag queen who is going to be talking about transgender issues and the fact that gender is fluid. And these are to 3 and 4-year-olds. I think that's wrong. But again, like if that was at my employment, I would have a real problem with it. So, but because it's Disney and you'll apologize for everything that Disney does, you're okay with it.
No, that's not accurate. I do not apologize for Disney Corporation. I am a big fan of Disney World Resort, the amusement parks.
I don't know at what point do you stop separating the two?
Oh, I always separate them. That way I can feel good about myself without still having to support Disney Corporation.
But you do. With your annual pass, every time you buy a $12 package of fries.
Okay, first off, they're not $12, they're $11. And, every now and then you need a $7 Dole Whip. You just have to have it. It's part of the life experience.
That's true. That's true.
A Dole Whip is part of life experience. I'm just telling you. Every now and then, you just got to get a big turkey leg so you can get in touch with your Dark Ages, with the Anglo-Saxon Dark Ages. You got to get in touch with it.
Well, and I am a big believer that there are just some things that, all right, I'm just going to deal with it. Yes. Is it wrong? Yes. Like the Red Sox for me. The Red Sox banned a guy for supposedly saying a slur, even though there's zero evidence that he even said it. But I'm still going to support the Red Sox. It's okay.
Of course you are. The Braves have this. The Braves have this offensive tomahawk chop and are called the Braves. Disparaging the Native Americans, according to the National American Indian Council. I'm still supporting the Braves.
I had no idea that all these names were disparaging until somebody else told me. Right? Like, I had no idea that the Redmen were, oh my gosh, you should be offended. Oh, okay. All right. If you say so.
Where does that say? What does that say about our society that it has to tell us, or society believes its job is to tell us we should be offended?
Well, it's no longer morality is no longer the barometric pressure indicator, barometer is what I was trying to say, of what is right and wrong. Now our feelings.
Oh, our feelings now are what make the difference between right and wrong.
There's nothing.
So if I feel bad, it's wrong. So if I feel bad, it's wrong.
Correct.
Well, then
Correct.
that's okay.
Or
So
if it makes
by that,
anybody feel bad.
So by that rationale, beer during a football game is wrong because I may wake up feeling bad the next day.
No, you may hurt somebody else who's has less privilege than you.
Well, you have no idea how much white privilege I have on a daily basis. You have no idea.
You're able to drink that beer because of your white privilege and what everybody before you, as Obama said, you didn't build those roads. The government built those roads.
Okay, well, I drank the beer, though.
Doesn't matter. That makes you wrong. And you need to genuflect and make things right again.
No, every time I genuflect, Father Pat wants $20. Okay, let's clear that up. Okay, every time I genuflect.
Getting off cheap, inflation's going to kill it.
Well, I genuflect 3-4 times in one mass.
Oh well, there you go. That's good. We're getting closer.
And we're laughing and making light of a situation, but we should be because it's that ridiculous. It really is, to the point where it in itself, the way that people think their feelings should garner what's right and wrong is satirical just in itself. To me, anyway.
Of course it is. But that's the slope we're on, right? We're no longer, and I think there are, like, if we all came together, I think if you're genuinely hurting someone, like, I do believe that slurs are bad.
Yes.
I'm not, and I think society as a whole has decided certain slurs should never be uttered again, even though they were pretty commonplace in most
100%. But the problem is,
until 10 years ago.
But the problem is, somebody could make everything a slur.
Well, they do make everything.
Exactly.
So, but again, we need to, and part of that is what society does, right? It decides what is acceptable and what's not. But we're no longer decide what's acceptable based on our morality. We now base it on our feelings, and that is the key difference. Yeah. And until we get past that, we will never get past
morals and ethics. Morals and ethics be damned. Just don't make me feel bad.
Well, and if your feelings get in the way of my morality, now we have a real problem because it makes your morality wrong, and that's where we're at right now. Right, when you look at the everything going on with the transgender and all of that, that becomes my morality gets in the way of your feelings, and now I'm wrong. That's the big issue that we're facing.
It boggles.
Saying there's two sexes is offensive because my morality is now getting in the way of your feelings.
It boggles the mind. Just think about all you have to do, the checklist that society wants you to do, just so you don't offend the person next to you.
Oh, but that's the way of life now. This is why we can't have any open dialogue.
No discourse, no open discourse, because it'll just devolve into just people being angry all the time.
Well, people just run to their sides, and even you and I aren't having an open discord because we're on the same page on 99% of the issues.
You're right. You're right. I know you're right. It's exhausting to think that you're right, and that's what we have to deal with these days. And by the way, even though I say I'm an equal opportunity offender and that I take nobody's feelings into account and everything, that's not correct. I don't go places on this radio show because I know the angst it would cause the Martone family, having to deal with the fallout that somebody may have over something I said. So for all the openness that I have on this radio, there are times I rein it in under the guise of I don't want to do something that the morality police or the feelings police or the societal police would say that guy's offensive, blah, blah, and then the Martones get drawn into it and everything through no desire of their own, except they hired me to be this radio show host. So,
we've already been kicked out of the mall. What else can happen?
Well, they did kick us out of the mall, and I think they just didn't like my face, is what it was. I think they could see me
out of the mall for what we were saying.
Well,
that's a fact.
That's fact. Fact. Capital F, capital A, capital C, capital T. Fact.
Yep.
Hey, so you got the Gainesville. Still a little dreary up there?
No, it hasn't quite rained, but it's absolutely looking like it will.
It's raining here at the airport right now. The rain's coming down pretty good at the airport. So take time, folks, a little extra time getting where you need to go this morning if you're out and about, because it's going to be this cold front's moving through this bomb cyclone. Although we're on the rat's tail end of the bomb cyclone, we're not actually getting the bomb cyclone. And they complained about the bomb cyclone out in California all weekend, and I'm like, you folks are on fire. This rain is putting out the fire. Stop. Just quit.
Isn't that crazy? We're just complaining about everything. Oh, it's too wet. It's too cold. It's too dry. It's too wet. Just too hot.
Your state
too
was
windy.
Too windy.
There's no wind. What happened to the wind? Yeah. It's unbelievable.
I was watching the Fifth Element the other day with Bruce Willis, and they had wind, fire, and earth to get all the columns up, and I go, whatever happened to that kind of thought process where things helped you if it was windy, if it was fire, if it was earth, not that it was destroying it if you used all those things at once. Hey, Galen, where's the Bloodmobile today?
Hey, today we're actually down in Bellevue, so come see us at the Winn-Dixie. But other than that, if you're in Ocala, right there on the boulevard, 1607 East Silver Spring Boulevard, we are in emergency need of all blood types right now. So get out there, give to get the life, donate blood.
Galen Nuno from Life South. Talk to you tomorrow.
All right, bye all.
We'll be right back after this timeout. You're listening to 1370 AM, 96.3 FM. This is WOCA, The Source.
Broadcasting from the Ocala International Airport,